Greetings. These are my first Dear World letters. So I have a Dear World letter today. Dear World, I feel the reason I followed the path of Buddhist teachings as an activist is because both social and political activism and spirituality meet at the fountain of peace. As a person embodied in a dark queer body, there was no way that my spiritual path would not address the ways in which systemic oppression impact my lived experience of both suffering and peace. In other words, spirituality, awakening, and awareness was not outside somewhere going to drop out from the sky. It was going to come straight through this body, straight through this lived experience, everyday life. So the body is the only way by which one can be enlightened or aware. So how we are embodied must be included. In this way, spiritual justice is social justice and vice versa. So you can't have one without the other. So there is no spiritual awakening without coming through us as people, coming through humanity, coming through those who are alive right now on this earth. That is how it comes through. All divine spirituality is embodied first, and then it comes through into the world. We were provided these bodies, thank goodness, fortunate. And these lived experiences, we were also gifted. So as they are gateways to awakening and liberation. So again, we were provided these bodies, these lived experiences as gateways to awakening and liberation. So being racialized and sexualized and gendered and all of these things are gateways, not to be ignored or only just politicized, but gateways in which to walk through and understand life and not just our personal life, but collective life in the world. And we all must come through these life experiences in order to affect social change and to create personal transformation. So the body is very much important. And so I want to share this piece I wrote in my book, The Way of Tenderness, Awakening Through Race, Sexuality, and Gender. And I wrote, and this is on page 6, if you happen to have the book already. It's been out for 5 years. So. If we're to simply walk past the fires of racism, sexism, and so on, because illusions of separation exist within them, we may well be walking past one of the widest gateways to enlightenment. It is a misinterpretation to suppose that attending to the fires of our existence cannot lead us to an experience of the waters of peace. Profundity, in fact, resides in what we see in the world. Spiritual awakening arrives from our ordinary lives. Our everyday struggles with each other are part of this awakening. It may even erupt from the fear and rage that we tiptoe around. We're not tiptoeing around it so much today. The challenges of race, spirituality, and gender are the very things that the spiritual path to awakening requires us to tend to as aspirants to peace. And so that is my dear world letter today. And I hope that you can take it to heart and sit and reflect upon it. And the places in which you find you may not agree, just sit with it and see what is it truly that is not resonating. And even if you resonate, what is resonating for you, where does that come from? But I think it's important that both the spiritual path and the social justice movements come together and integrate, because they're definitely integrated within our bodies. They're integrated within my life and in my body. And so I'm just offering it this very short teaching today. And I hope that it's helpful. Please be safe, understand that we are learning and awakening during this time. Thank you.